Hello guys, Matt here and welcome back to the Ayres podcast, episode number 2. We made it to a second week and we managed to actually do it on schedule as we planned to.
Unreal.
I didn't expect it to happen, I'm not going to lie to you, because our organisation at the best of times isn't great. Even like...
I think it's like a genetic thing that we're just as well. So,
oh yeah, I mean, our families are late to absolutely everything, so it's a bit of a miracle we're here. Thanks for the support on the first podcast. Me and Jack haven't really talked numbers because he's trying to get me into a bit of a sense of not talking about the statistics of YouTube, because that's usually what drags you down. And I've been looking at them anyway. So we've gained quite a few subscribers from it and a fair few views on that first podcast as well. So thank you to everyone that did that and also liked it. One thing I want to see more of though is some comments, because I want us to be able to react to people's comments in the next one. So if people have any thoughts on today's topic, which we'll talk about in just a second, please let us know in the comment section down below.
And again, obviously, any improvements, because like you said earlier, this is our second podcast, so
yeah,
it's a new thing. Well, especially for me, it's new. So
well, funny you say that, because I'm just about to say that we've actually taken some things on board. Apparently,
well, yeah, we have.
So one thing was timestamps. There was a number of you out there that messaged me either privately or did it publicly and said that you, like, instantly, you were watching the podcast, you heard the first bit was about football, and you were like, I'm out of it. Like, football's not my thing. So now we've put some timestamps in there so that you guys know that you can, like, skip to whatever minute and second stamp and just go straight to there for, like, the entertainment section or the gaming section or whatever it might be.
See, how good are we?
We look after you guys. We definitely look after you guys. Other things that are in there... Oh, also, with that, on that point, you can actually like watch the clips that we've been putting out as well. So the main podcast goes out on a Sunday, and then from that podcast until the next one, there's going to be a series of clips that you guys can actually just watch in smaller snippets. So if there's a particular thing that takes your fancy, or if there's a particular topic of conversation you want to get involved in, then go over to those clips and comment on those videos and watch those videos individually if you want to, if you're more interested in just specific topics throughout the podcast. Obviously,
it's also easier to watch. Like, to be honest, from like a viewer's perspective myself, from other people, it does sometimes take a while to watch all in one. So, you know, it is easier to have clips. But
I think because I work a week on, week off, I have a lot of spare time on my week off, so I watch or listen to my podcast on that week off. But if it's like a normal 9 to 5 job, it's quite hard to watch.
I get home at 6, have food, shower, you know. Sometimes just want to watch like a 10-20 minute video. So it kind of, it's ideal, really.
We've got both. We've got best of both worlds for you. How nice are we?
Magic.
We're going to be doing a Christmas podcast today, hence the jumpers. I came prepared.
I just wear this anyway.
Oh, do you? Because I came prepared with my own Christmas jumper. Jack's wearing my girlfriend's Christmas jumper. So let my girlfriend know what you think of her jumper, and the fact that Jack fits into it is...
I also think that my other jumper was questionable, so... It
might have got us demonetised, even though we're not monetised.
Yeah, so
it would have been over 18.
Editing on censoring and all that.
That would have taken forever, so I don't fancy that myself. Anyway, but yeah, we're going to be doing a Christmas podcast talking about all things Christmas. So we want you guys to let us know your sort of Christmas experiences and what you think about each topic that we go through. We've got a variety. We've got quite a lot of stuff to talk about today. So
we are men of the people, so we look after everyone.
We know
everyone's equal.
We're meeting everyone's taste buds this Christmas, and that's a topic we'll come on to a little bit later on. So we're going to talk sport to begin with. Obviously, if you don't like sport, this is Willow, by the way. He said this comment.
Shock.
You know how much of a mong he is, anyway.
Fortnite.
So Willow, look at the timestamps in the description. Just skip forward, yeah. Brill. We know that you're not into your sports, mainly because you got bullied as a child. Right, so...
Sorry, did you pick that up?
Bullied as a child, that was. So, sports is always... I don't know. It's quite a busy period around Christmas for sportsmen in general.
Yeah.
Would you say? So, like, especially footballers, I think, stands out, and rugby players as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fixtures to fit in around the festive period.
I mean, in general, I think American sports, basketball, especially NFL, I think it's just busy anyway. So I think Christmas is probably like normal for him. But I mean, yeah, especially football. I mean, what is it? 10 games in the space of like 3 weeks,
3 or 4 weeks,
and it's just like, really.
It's like, it's a bit like, so if you think of the football standard that me and you play, even though that is miles apart in itself, but an amateur, below amateur level.
Still fuming I've not got that clip in it. Can we show that now?
But no, I haven't got the editing time to do this.
I'm going to send it you.
You're going to send it me? Yeah. Great. Yeah, I'll try and get it in. Enter clip here. Didn't do that. So, it's just like that. So, even so, in our sort of playing, which is quite a leisure based sort of activity, we have the end of season where you've got a midweek game, weekend game, midweek game, weekend game, because all the other games got cancelled. It seems to be in professional sport, they're all pushed into this festive period.
I mean, it makes sense because obviously they get so much money from TV rights.
Yeah.
So they're trying to base it when most people can watch it and obviously get the most out of it, advertisement, all that sort of thing. I think you do have to kind of empathise a little bit with the players, though.
Yeah, that was another topic I was going to mention. Like, Christmas Day, as a professional athlete, has got to be awful because the next day you've got a league match.
It is kind of one of those. Yes, they get paid a lot of money, and yes, they play football for a living. But in a sense, there are also a lot of sacrifices you then have to make, and I think these are one of them. You know, this time of year is one of them.
Like, I'm pretty sure myself. Well, actually, no, I won't because I'm actually driving a lot that day. But you'll definitely be having maybe a beverage or two. A lot of people at home will be having a beverage or two as well on Christmas Day. Maybe a little tinkle. Like professional athletes, they can't do that. And if they do, it's like a little drink at dinner, which they probably don't do, to be fair, these days because of sports science and all that jazz. So
I can't imagine Cristiano Ronaldo sat there in Italy
having a red wine.
He might have a red wine actually.
Yeah, might have a red wine.
But then he has got a body of a 25-year-old, so he probably doesn't have a lot of alcohol anyway.
No, I mean he's just like I would hate it because one of the best things about Christmas is that meal.
I think it's just the one time a year where everyone could come together as well, especially with us, like people living in London and, well, Stroud's not far away, but it's still...
But we've got quite a few spread around the country, haven't we?
Yeah, people down in like Devon Way and everything. So it's like, you know, it's nice to see everyone together.
That reminds me, actually, I've got to ask you about Boxing Day this year. Okay. Because I've heard rumours the gang are getting back together on Boxing Day, but I'm not sure if it's true. Like traditional Boxing Day, which we might talk about in a bit anyway. But
baby,
those were the days. But there's, you know,
is it just last year it didn't happen? A year before as well?
Well, I was working last year anyway on Christmas, so I wasn't around for it. But I don't think you did it anyway.
No,
I'm not even sure we did it the year before.
I don't think
the big family meet up on Boxing Day. So we kind of mentioned that athletes have a bit of a rough time of it on Christmas Day. It's also New Year as well, though.
Yeah.
Because New Year, there's games too.
Amazon are showing all these games.
Yeah.
You know, they obviously have the chance to show all these games. So they've got all of them on Boxing Day.
And they had them last week, it was.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they've got some on like the 19th, 20th as well.
Oh, right.
Or like 21st, something like that.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling they've either got, you know, New Year's Day between Boxing Day and New Year's Day. They might even have one in between, but I'm not 100% sure.
No.
But even then, you sort of look and you think, it's just so...
There's so many
For
games.
us, it's great being able to watch it.
Yeah.
And, you know, enjoy it and
have the time off and chill out and stuff.
Yeah.
But
I just, mate, imagine...
Can you imagine doing...
so bad.
You imagine having those games back to back. And you see a lot of managers...
They must literally just travel from game to game and not do anything else.
And barely see their family, probably. Christmas Day, they probably see their family.
Just travel with them. But
yeah, true. But that's not a way to spend Christmas, is it? Christmas is about spending time at home on your own, chill.
Definitely.
But yeah, speaking of Amazon, they've got all this new football coverage. I don't know whether you've managed to watch any of it yet.
So I watched so I ended up starting with the Man United game, Tottenham, which wasn't bad. Well, great start. Obviously, Rashford, slight goal. I think the actual overall job that they did was really good. I think the problem that they have is because they're used to on demand.
Yeah,
they may not have the capability at the moment to be as current, being live.
Yeah.
Streaming, I think, on demand is just a lot different because obviously you've already got the data in the cloud or servers, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's a matter of bringing it down. Whereas if you're uploading, I guess it's like Twitch streaming or
it's essentially
YouTube
the same
streaming.
thing. Yeah.
You're having to upload as well as download, so obviously you're gonna do better when it's downloading.
See, I watched. I mean, I was working, so I didn't really get to see a lot of it. But there was someone at work who was watching the Man United Tottenham game.
Yeah.
So I kind of went in and out of the room to see what the score was and stuff. And he watches a lot of the games on a laptop at work, and Sky Go is what we usually use, or maybe BT Sport, and their streaming compared to the Amazon streaming is a lot worse quality. The quality of the Amazon was really good.
Brilliant.
There was no buffering.
No,
I think really smooth.
When
it was really
especially because I switched sort of between games. I watched Southampton Norwich for a bit.
Mm-hmm. What a tie!
Oh yeah, goals galore. Yeah, but I mainly watched Man United Tottenham, and I think within the first 5 minutes it buffered a little bit.
Yeah.
After that, it was perfect.
Yeah, and so what we have at work usually,
I think literally the only problem is the fact that it was like delayed by 30 to 60 seconds. You saw us delayed. See, I didn't realise that because I wasn't connected to like Twitter or anything to tell me. Because like I wasn't on Twitter necessarily, but on like people were saying that you've got notifications on BBC Sport or Sky Sports, and it had come through, and you're like, oh well, I hadn't seen that yet. Like,
yeah, I've actually
which
seen that
is kind of a bit.
But then, spoiler.
I suppose you then just go, well, you know what? I'm watching the football. I'll disconnect myself from. Yeah. I know that people like to be on Twitter and stuff, and but I guess I think with time it'll be fine. But
I think this
as
year
a standing
for them
point is brilliant. I think they've done really well.
This year for them is very much them starting off, isn't it? It's a taster. It's a little bit of a trial.
Yeah. What have they done before, which is actually live?
Nothing.
Exactly. So it's kind of like, well, you know what?
I don't think.
I wouldn't have thought there is any. They might have done tennis, but again, that's probably it's got a delay on it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I've never watched it.
No, I've not seen any of them do anything live. To be fair. So I feel like this is a starting point, and then if they go, okay, so we had an influx of people buying Amazon Prime memberships around December when we had these games on.
I think they
blah
did.
blah 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 blah.
I think they had loads of people signed up.
They will have, definitely. And we had this many concurrent viewers, yada yada yada. I think they'll then go, you know what? Let's try and make this a bit more of a frequent thing. You might not get them having every single game, which is what I like about it, because if you are a Newcastle fan who doesn't get to see their team on Sky Sports or BT regularly, unless they're playing a big team, then Newcastle aren't a big team. Time for you to admit this. Then
Man United.
Then you don't get to see them often. So to be able to pick any game you wanted was probably what drew people to it this month.
Potentially.
And I think if they can't continue that, then it's not worth it. That's what I'd say.
I mean, what I'm going to say is going to sound disrespectful, and it probably is, but no one turns on the telly to watch Burnley, do they?
No.
People turn on the telly to watch Liverpool.
One of my co-workers is a Burnley fan, and he probably would.
Yeah.
But apart from that, no, not many people do.
Even as a neutral, like, I'll watch Newcastle games, obviously.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't turn the telly on for anyone other than Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool, Leicester, and then probably Arsenal for a comedic value. But other than that,
I mean, with Arsenal, you've got to have Twitter open at the same time as well to make sure you're taking the mick out of people as you watch it.
Simon.
But yeah, I feel like they have to have all the games available.
Yeah. And
otherwise, the attraction's not there.
They're the only people as well that I think can challenge BT Sport and Sky.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, obviously Jeff's got pure dollar.
Yeah.
So
it's good.
I think they should give it a go.
I reckon they should. And I think the market that they could fall into is the 3:00 kickoffs. Because you've got the midday kickoff, which is BT.
Yeah.
Then you've got the evening kickoff. Was that BT again? And then
Super
Sunday Sky.
I think it changes.
So I reckon...
I think a lot of it is Sky. Then you have BT every now and then. Obviously, they've got Champions League as well.
Yeah. But I reckon if you hit that 3 o'clock kickoff with, what's there, like 5 games on a week at 3 o'clock?
I mean, say you've got like a standard Sunday, which is, say, 2, maybe 3 games.
Yeah.
That obviously leaves you another 7. You've got Monday Night Football, which it will have 1.
Yeah.
So you've got 6 left. Might have a Friday night, probably won't.
Probably won't. It'll be Saturday midday.
So what's that? 6. So then you've got one at lunchtime, 1. So you're bound to have at least 3 or 4.
I reckon it's 4 or 5. It's 5 if there's no Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
So I reckon it's at least 4, if not 5. And if they could get those 3 o'clock kickoffs consistently,
and that's half of the Premier League fan base.
Yeah. May not, half the matches that week.
Necessarily exactly half, because obviously more people support other teams. But you know, you've got half of the teams playing. Like, that's ideal, really. I don't think anyone else would do it. Personally. You wouldn't find Sky opening up another like 5 channels to then show, or 4 channels to then show every single game at the same time.
No, and their on demand is not their thing either. There's no real football on demand streaming thing.
I would only use BT Sport. I would only use for like Champions League highlights if I can't be asked to watch the games.
Yeah. So also one thing I found is they post it all on YouTube. So I watch it on there.
Yeah, that's again.
Hours later, I'm not. I'm not bothered about watching it live.
You don't need to pay for it either.
No. So if I can watch Tottenham's 5-0 win in 6 minutes as opposed to 90, I'm probably going to do that. That's how I've watched my football over the last few weeks anyway, because I finish work at 10 o'clock each day, go to bed, and I'll sit there and watch the highlights, and it takes me half an hour as opposed to watching like an hour and a bit of match of the day. That's how I go about it these days. Yeah. But one thing I did like, one thing I thought I liked, so the guy who's watching it said, "Oh yeah, so like, you know, so and so's just scored for Leicester." Yeah. I'm like, "You're not watching the Leicester game?" He's like, "Yeah, it's coming out in the bottom corner." Yeah. What I thought he meant was a clip has appeared in the bottom corner of the goal. Right. What he meant was a little alerts popped up in the bottom corner. Right. What they could do to make it better is do what I thought they had done, which is because they've got the coverage, they've got the rights to it because they're already streaming it on one of their other streams.
It would probably be quite quick for them to clip it as well, and just do like a quick. Because
if you're watching the United game, you don't care that you've seen the Leicester goal a minute and a half later.
No.
Like the fact that you're seeing that goal as well, I think they should do that.
Well, that might have like permutations for your team. It's like
if
let's say for example you're watching Liverpool, and you know that Leicester have got someone, like they got Chelsea or someone, and you're thinking, right, okay, they might drop points here. I want to know what the Leicester game's going to be. Yeah. So then you obviously want to keep tabs on both. So to have, I think it would be difficult to watch. You wouldn't want to watch 2 games at once. But I think, like you say, to have the clips come in, that'd be. I think
that again, they're at the start.
Sign us up, Amazon. Right?
Yeah, Amazon.
We know what we're on about.
Board of directors could be round this table, this special table.
You wouldn't fit many people around this.
Don't need more than us.
But
don't need more than us, mate.
I mean, we could record something and send it to them.
I reckon we could do post and pre-match analysis. Yeah. Although let's face it,
he scored.
He scored.
Goal.
Right foot that one. That was decent. That. I think Trujillo's probably got a better chance.
Basically, he went past 5 players, and then he put it in the back of the net,
and that's a goal. And it turns out they scored more goals than the other team, and that means they won the game.
Facts.
Top statistics. But yeah. Basically, sport around Christmas.
In a nutshell, extremely busy. Wouldn't want to do it myself. It's just, it's all about just being with family, isn't it? Really, that's what Christmas is.
Oh yeah, 100%. And if you don't get to do that, it makes it not as enjoyable. As I found out last year myself through work.
Well, yeah.
So I kind of know how they feel.
Shout out the work gang.
The work gang.
Gang.
Most gangster.
Work
with
gang.
A dash-hound jumper
work gang.
Something that is good around Christmas is the entertainment side of things. Your music, your films, all that jazz. We're going to start with films.
Okay.
So, what is your favourite Christmas film?
Now, I like Christmas. I'm not as enthusiastic as a lot of other people, but I do love Christmas. I would probably say I've got I don't know which is favourite, but I've got 3 which are up there.
Yeah.
I've got Elf.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like a standard Christmas film. It's
I've already seen that this year.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly.
That's a standard one.
Elf. One that I only watched, I think, last year for the first time, which is actually I've found it really enjoyable, is Arthur Christmas.
Yes, I watched that last year, and I've watched that already this year as well.
That's the first one I watched this Christmas.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the first time I watched it last year. That's quality.
It's such a good film.
And then the last one is the Muppets Christmas Carol, which is just hilarious.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with the Arthur Christmas one. Elf is one of those that I've kind of seen, but I don't need to repeat it. I don't tend to watch it every year.
It's usually just on the telly, and you just stick it on.
You stick it on in the background whilst you're wrapping your presents or something like that.
My sister's like obsessed, so kind of have no choice.
No, your sister is massively both film obsessed and Christmas obsessed. Yeah. Put them together, carnage.
That's probably why I feel like I don't need to be Christmassy, because I've got like Amy's just there. Like
she just runs with Christmas. Yeah. I would say Christmas film, like Arthur Christmas, is insane. Yeah. That storyline is so good. I just feel like, I don't know, there's something about that we have our traditional Christmas films, and then we've had some in the 21st century that have tried to be a Christmas film and not quite done something new. Yeah. That Arthur Christmas feels like it's completely different to any other film.
I just think that it's like, for anyone that hasn't watched it, without spoiling it too much, I mean, you should just watch it anyway.
Yeah, but you should definitely watch it.
Without spoiling it too much, someone gets missed on the Christmas list when they're delivering presents, and effectively it's Operation Get It to the young girl, basically.
But like the big thing,
everyone would look at it and be like, "Oh my god! Imagine if that was my
daughter, imagine that was my daughter,
or son, or
but the
nephew,
big thing
niece,
about
whatever.
it is you've got 3 generations of Father Christmas in the film. So you've got like the grandpa, who's very much like, back in my day, I didn't need any magic at all. I just
need my reindeer.
Went on my reindeer and sleigh. And then you've got you've got Granddad Father Christmas. You've got the Father Christmas that's handing over to his son, who's he's got his magic powder that helps him get down chimneys and stuff, but nothing groundbreaking. And
it's
then
very much in the middle of the two.
Yeah, and then you've got the son who's like gadgets, massive military operation, spaceship, all sorts going on, which is quite cool to see those 3 come together.
20,000 elves at battle stations type thing.
Yeah, and it's quality. It's definitely a film you guys should watch. And there's 2 other films, 3 that I'm going to mention. One I'm not going to go into detail on. Honourable mentions I'm not going to go into detail on. One thing that these 3 aren't necessarily Christmas films, but they're films I have to watch at Christmas. So a grand day out, Wallace and Gromit.
Oh mate, strong.
Has to be
every
something
single
you watch.
Wallace and Gromit is just quality
at Christmas as well. It just feels right to watch it at Christmas, and a grand day out in particular. Forgetting the crackers, all that jazz is just insane. So that's my first honourable mention. Now these next 2 I'll go into a bit more detail on. One I've not watched in a couple of years, and
you're probably going to say I've not watched.
I've not watched it at all. No, I've not watched in a couple of years, so my memory on it's a bit hazy. But I'm definitely going to watch it this year. And it's sort of set at Christmas. I think I remember the start of it being at Christmas, or the whole thing being around Christmas time. But I definitely watch it at Christmas, and that's The Mighty Ducks. I feel like is there no part of that that's at Christmas?
No, as in the Mighty Ducks.
You've never watched The Mighty Ducks?
Doesn't ring any bells at all.
No,
honestly,
you've not watched Mighty Ducks? It's ice hockey. It's about an ice hockey team, and the kids and mum's like struggling to pay for stuff, and she sends him off to this ice hockey team to try and get him back into being social with friends and stuff. And then the coach kind of takes him under his wing. And they're like the underdog story, and they go on to do great things. Let's say, if you haven't watched The Mighty Ducks, you need to watch The Mighty Ducks.
Okay, all right.
It's an absolutely banging film, and there's so many things in that film which a good like lessons for like young people.
Yeah.
So if you have like a younger sibling or you have a child yourself, the Mighty Ducks can teach them quite a bit. It's quite an old film now.
Yeah.
And it was rated PG, but it was rated PG a while ago. Right. So I think there's some stuff in there that is a little bit more than it would be these days.
A bit like Bad Santa.
Yes.
Just sort of that.
Bad Santa's insane.
Yeah, that's a classic.
I watched that this year as well.
And again, watch that. That's quality.
Yeah, but Mighty Ducks, you've got to watch Mighty Ducks. That's on your list now.
Alright, yeah. Fine.
I'm starting The Office this week.
Oh, mate.
Because I'm still finishing Atypical. But I'm going to start The Office.
I've not finished Money Heist yet. So I've still not moved on to His Dark Materials. However, Mum and Dad have been watching it.
I just watched it before you got here.
Oh, did you?
Kate made me.
Right,
she was like, "You're watching this now." I was like, "Okay."
Oh, it sounds
so
good.
we watched it because you were a little bit later than you were going to be. She was like, "What? Is Carl's having a problem?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Put it on now. We need to watch this." I was like, "Oh, right, fine." It's still really good, by the way. But yeah, that Mighty Ducks, you've got to watch that.
Okay.
It's really good.
And what's your last?
My last one, again, isn't necessarily festive. I think there's a part of this film that is festive, but I don't think it's necessarily a festive film. But it's another one that's usually on Boxing Day on the TV or Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Chicken Run.
Oh, mate, quality.
What a good film Chicken Run is.
100% not Christmassy. But
it's not Christmassy at all.
I know what you're saying, yeah.
It just works.
It fits, yeah.
I think there's, like, towards the end, I think there's Christmas lights up, because I think Christmas lights get stuck to their, like, plane they make.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I feel
like
it's a runway, isn't it? They make a runway out of Christmas lights.
Yeah, no,
I feel like they do.
Mate, I've not watched that for years. I need to watch that again, really.
Like, the best times. Amy does this, like, most times I see her and this comes up, and she's like, I don't want to be a pie. I don't want that gravy. Amy does that every time.
My life flashed before my eyes. It was really boring.
But that film, Chicken Run, is insane. And there's near my work, if we're walking down to Costa, we often walk past it. Or if you're just driving into the village nearby, you go past it. It looks just like Chicken Run.
Right.
It's a pheasant farm or something.
Right. Okay.
But it looks just like Chicken Run. And every time I go past it, I'm like, I've got to watch that again. So I haven't watched that yet this year.
You're not trying to help them out and...
The pheasants?
Let them
well, no, to be fair, they're better off in there.
Yeah.
Because if they ran out, they just get squished. But I need to watch that this year. That is on my list of films that I've got to see this Christmas. Because...
I think... Because I'm pretty sure Chicken Run is made by Aardman Studios, which is the same as Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah, so it's stop motion animation, which is the same sort of process that they make Wallace and Gromit with.
And the one thing I truly appreciate about those films now, being older, is the hidden humour. Yeah. When I first watched those films, I would have maybe been 7, 8. Like, it's very enjoyable as a child because it's just, you just get that sort of... It's just a feel-good film, really, in a sense.
Yeah, it is a feel-good film.
Because it's all about, obviously, you're stuck, you can get out of it, get over obstacles, all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But, like, you miss all the jokes because you're young and you don't understand.
You don't understand the jokes.
But when you're older, you, like, re-watch it and you're like, I swear this wasn't as funny, like, when I was younger.
And sometimes you watch those films, like, I'm pretty sure when I watched Toy Story 4 in the cinema, there's some jokes in there you're like, kids ain't getting that, but I'm getting that. That's a good joke. And it's I like watching those films as adults now, and there's especially Disney films. If you go back and watch those, like Disney's a dirty bugger. Some of the jokes in that
naughty
film,
boy.
He's a naughty boy. Some of the good old Walt. Some of the jokes in those films are definitely not safe for children.
Yeah, I mean it's
It's but I've got to watch Chicken Run. I might watch that tomorrow. Whilst I edit this here video.
Strong.
Might watch Chicken Run whilst it processes maybe. The next one, under entertainment. Oh, do you want to just finish
I was just gonna say one that I thought of whilst we were on. Obviously, Bad Santa.
Yeah.
Said
all on Netflix, by the way. Bad Santa, Arthur Christmas, both on Netflix. So if people haven't seen them, that's an easy way to do it.
There's a debate around this. Die Hard. Is it a Christmas? I want everyone to say, is it a Christmas film?
The same way that I think of Chicken Run as a Christmas film, I think maybe the generation before us would think Die Hard's a Christmas film.
Fair.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because it is set at Christmas.
Yeah, it's not
loosely.
Yeah.
But it's not Christmas.
It's not Christmas. Yeah.
But it's something you watch at Christmas, like The Great Escape. Like my dad would say, The Great Escape is a Christmas film because he would watch that at Christmas.
Yeah.
I think the different generations think of different films. I think the generation just before ours.
Yeah.
So if we were like 30 to 35, and no, I'm not 30, 35 before you get that joke, and I'm 27. But if you were between 30 and 35...
What do you mean?
I think if you were between 30 and 35, 100% you would call Die Hard a Christmas film.
Yeah. I mean, I can accept that as an opinion. I wouldn't know, I wouldn't be able to challenge it. But
no, but honestly, I don't think it's a Christmas film. But
to be honest, I've only ever seen it once, and that was quite a while ago, so I don't really remember it a lot. I see that Brooklyn Nine-Nine did like their own episode, which is kind of based on
Die Hard.
Yeah.
Isn't there? Oh, there's something in.
Like, they're all locked in a shopping centre, and he's like Is like Die Hard's his favourite. Jake Peralta, his favourite film is Die Hard.
Yeah.
So he's like, obviously, oh my god, Bruce Willis.
I can't remember if it's Friends or How I Met Your Mother. I think it's How I Met Your Mother. It's like, I'm too old for this stuff. It says stuff instead of shit. That's Die Hard. Is that not Die Hard?
No, I don't know.
Was that a Bad Boys quote?
That's Bad Boys.
Is it?
Is it?
I don't know. We're not film experts.
Someone let us know.
Let's move on from that disaster of a film critique. And
we went 2 minutes too far.
I've put down here, it's a big part of entertainment around Christmas, especially with the older generations. That's the Queen's speech. So it is boring for us, but you know the Queen will talk about.
Can I come back in like 5 minutes so you finish talking about it?
But the Queen will talk about different things that have happened throughout the year. Now, if you were going to have the Queen talk about anything at all, what would you choose from this year for the Queen to talk about and why? Something that defines this year.
Well, I mean, it's defined this year and last year and the year before. She's probably going to talk about Brexit.
Okay, she probably will.
Because it's now, like, we've had the general election, obviously, today.
Did you vote?
Did.
I did vote too. I deliberately went dressed up as someone who would vote for one party and then vote for another one.
Here's a clue for
the
party that
we're going to find out.
Didn't vote for.
We're going to find out how much Jack earns now.
No.
This is vote for.
The colour of this jumper
is
the same colour as the party that I did not vote for.
Cool.
So
likewise.
That's a little hint.
Likewise. They can't see it, but I believe my PC represents the one that I might have voted for. Yes. Cool. Yeah, brilliant.
So that's sort of
that's sort of good. But so she might talk about that. But I mean, if she was going to talk about something a little bit more adventurous,
happy,
something the Queen would never talk about, what would you have as it?
What I want her to talk about
that you think would be quality if the Queen just cracked out this sort of knowledge?
I mean, maybe like the cross between mainstream and YouTube media.
See, I would have her stand up and just say, England took a big dub this year. Big W against the Americans.
Yeah.
We beat Logan Paul. I would have something like that happen.
Fuck Logan Paul.
Fuck Logan Paul. If the Queen did something like that,
you know
what? Call it.
Over that like whole conference thing.
Yeah, go on.
Logan is I actually don't mind Logan. It's Jake that I fucking despise. He is a cock.
So if the Queen just came out and did a diss track on Jake Paul.
Hello everyone. Jake Paul is a nonce. And just left it at that. I'll be like, yeah, sound nice one, brother.
And then she follows that up with, and
in other news,
YouTube Rewind this year was just boring.
Well, that was wank.
Well, that was wank.
Can you like edit a crown on my head? Like, can that work?
I could try.
I feel like I've done really well as a Queen. Should have been an actor.
Game of Thrones. That was a piss take. Daenerys killed by Jon was a joke. That, like, if she could just come out and talk about things like that, the Queen's speech, I would happily sit down with Grandma and watch it. I'm not going to do that because she's not going to talk about things that I find funny.
The probability of that is probably
it's
got so many decimal places followed by a 1 that
if you're going to go to the bookies, they're going to put odds of me actually doing the Queen's speech at a lower odds than the Queen saying those things.
Yeah.
The Queen's...
even then, I wouldn't put a 5 on it.
No, definitely not. Away from the Queen's speech and TV shows and films and whatnot, something that kind of dominates Christmas is Christmas music.
Yeah.
Now, the radio, I hate it when radios play Christmas songs before December.
Radio 1 did really well. Like, they left it quite late. You go into, like, I feel that December is kind of acceptable.
Yeah.
Like, it is the month of Christmas.
Yeah.
That's fine. When it's like, you go into a shop and it's like October.
And
it's
they've
like,
got, But no,
stop. Like, November kind of annoys me as well.
I do not listen to Christmas songs until December. December, I'm all about it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't put on Christmas songs, to be fair. I don't listen to many. It's usually on because they've been put on by someone else. So,
Amy.
Yeah, basically. But, I mean, like, I just... It's definitely, you can be too early. Like,
100%. And a load of radio stations do it. They'll be like, oh, is this the first time you'll hear Mariah Carey this year? And you're like, oh my God, please just
literally
stop.
Get sick and tired of every single song after Christmas.
But like, if they start
it's a good
December
thing
1st,
that you've got 11 months of like mental recovery between each Christmas to actually get the songs out.
What I quite like is let's say on December the 1st, I'll whack some Christmas songs on, just in the office or like on the drive to work, whatever I might be doing. So this year it was drive to work was December the 1st. I was like, it was December the 2nd maybe. I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna whack some Christmas songs on, get me in the mood before I get to work because everyone will be talking Christmas, whatever it might be. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna
feel good as well though. Like a lot of like Christmas songs. Like there's not a lot of sad ones. Like
it's just Band-Aid and maybe Last Christmas. That's probably the two downhearted ones. But like,
I can't really think of any, to be honest, off the top of my head. But
I just feel like that first day of listening to them, I'm like, yeah, this is great. Like, I love the fact that I'm listening to Christmas songs. They're really upbeat. But probably by the end of day 2, I'm bored again. Because it's like when...
I'm not a massive fan.
It's like you don't listen to Wonderwall, do you? Because Wonderwall, you'll hear it out and about, you'll be like, oh yeah, tune.
Unless I'm on a night out, absolutely leathered.
Yeah.
I will listen to Wonderwall will come on in a club, most likely.
Yeah, but that's
never put it on
the off chance
but
that it comes
is
on.
An unreal tune.
Yeah, but you wouldn't listen to it every day.
No.
Because it's a song that has been heard 100 times before.
If you have something that's so repetitive, especially over like 4 minutes or whatever it is, it just gets so tedious.
Like, radio shows don't play Robbie Williams' Angels every single show, because if they did, we wouldn't go,
yeah, that's a good song.
That was his best one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was a good song, that one. But when they do play it, you're like, oh, I remember this, it takes me back.
Yeah.
But with Christmas music, because you hear it every year and you hear it every day for that month,
it's
painful. Like, I just can't be dealing with it.
And the problem is, people then turn around and be like, oh, you're just miserable. It's no, listening to a song for like more than that, like 30 days, because obviously it's after Christmas as well. Like,
and you probably hear Mariah Carey twice a day on the lead up to Christmas, at least.
I don't hate Mariah Carey herself, but the song,
I don't.
It's just,
I mean,
it's been so driven into
people's
faces. It's just just give up.
Hats off to her, because
she probably makes so much money.
She makes so much money off that one song every year that I don't think she cares.
Probably not. No. I mean, she's had to sort of stoop down to the level of Walker's adverts, which is a little bit weird. But
I mean, Gary Lineker territory.
Poor Gary.
Poor Gary's been snubbed because Mariah's there. So, what would you say your favourite Christmas song is?
I mean, like I said earlier, probably not like the best advocate for Christmas songs. I would probably go with... I don't know, I'm probably going to have to edit a lot of this time out because I'm going to have to think. So,
well, I'll start off then. I would go, so like Band-Aid is one that I think's brilliant just for the message that it brings to Christmas. And especially if you've got younger children in the family, or maybe like in early teens, late, like 8, 9, 10 sort of time.
Yeah.
To play them that song and make them realise that they're quite lucky for what they have.
Yeah.
That song does that at Christmas, and it does it in such a good way. And the music video is really good, obviously. Loads of people involved. It was all for charity, blah, blah, blah. I think that's a standout one. But I think Merry Christmas, Everyone has got to be mine. So, like, snow is falling. It's just kind of got to get you in that little, like, maybe I wish it could be Christmas every day.
Yeah, see, I was thinking that. Like, that's when you said, the first one that come up was, I wish it could be Christmas every day. However, the actual message behind it, I don't agree with, so I didn't really want to say it's my favourite song.
But as a song,
it's
good.
But I think anything that's like you say, the high tempo, you go in, you can listen to it, instead of like, Christmas time, mistletoe and wine. And it's just like, so slow. Like, if you're sat with a fire, mulled wine or beer in hand, whatever, stuffed after a Christmas turkey or whatever, like, fine, because you're just monging out.
See, there's
but like, if you're actually trying to enjoy Christmas, it's just like, it's got to be, for me, it's got to be upbeat.
So, like, one song that I think everyone can kind of relate to, and it is quite a slow Christmas song, but everyone works leading up to Christmas, usually does overtime, because you either want the money or you just need to get your jobs done so that you can have a Christmas break properly.
Yeah.
When that break comes and you put on Driving Home for Christmas on your drive home, that's a banger.
Ideal.
And I'm driving down like country lanes from my job, and I got Driving Home for Christmas on, and I love it. But I don't listen to that song until that day. So for me, that'll be 23rd of December this year.
Right.
At about 10 o'clock at night, I'll be driving home with that song on.
Yeah, see, I work on Christmas Eve this year.
Yeah.
So if I was to do the same, it would be,
Christmas
it's probably
Eve
not going to be a full day.
No.
It'd be like 2 o'clock on Christmas Eve. Yeah, probably,
yeah.
But I mean, we were talking about Mariah Carey earlier.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, taking advantage, done well. Michael Bublé as well. He is absolutely nailed.
Michael Bublé, who brought out a Christmas album and then realised, wait,
I just do this every year.
I only have to work once a year. All right,
brilliant.
Just crack out Christmas songs.
Just talk about turkey and wine and stuff. And happy days.
I mean, I appreciate Mariah Carey more than Michael Bublé, probably, but
I would prefer not to listen to either.
True.
Well, actually, there's a couple of Bublés I don't mind.
Yeah, in a
I'm not going to try and sell it to anyone, but
now there's one Christmas song that I don't like.
Right.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right.
Right.
Eartha Kitt. Does that ring any bells to you whatsoever?
No.
Well, this song makes me feel really uneasy, and as a kid, I remember it kind of being a little bit like, what the hell? That's a bit weird. Santa Baby.
Oh, right, okay, I didn't know that was her.
Like, Santa Baby.
Yeah,
it's just weird, and it makes
me cringe.
And it ruins the whole, like, image of Christmas. I don't know if that's
your voice or the song, but that's genuinely giving me goosebumps.
It's just, I don't know, I feel cringe, like it's just a little bit creepy.
Yeah.
And the fact that Christmas is, because of Santa Claus and the elves and all that jazz, is very much a young person's holiday. I feel like I feel like
she sings it,
and the way she sings it is just weird. And
but then it's like that. Don't go outside. What's that one?
Don't think I know that.
Something about you must stay, but baby it's cold outside.
Baby it's cold.
Yeah. And you're just like, well, if you actually listen to the lyrics, you're like,
it's creepy as, isn't it?
A little bit.
I just feel like the message of Christmas gets ruined by Santa Baby. Because imagine, like, you're a 10, 11-year-old who might still believe in Santa Claus. I know of some, like, 12, 13-year-olds that still believe.
Yeah. So,
like, they're also hitting puberty. So they're getting a little bit more aware of all, like, the sexual stuff that happens in the world. And they hear that song, which is essentially about mummy, wanting to get it on with Santa when he comes down the chimney.
Yeah.
That would ruin Christmas for a lot of kids that understood the meaning of it. So that song for me is a no-go.
It's not great.
But
I mean, I think just on the point of when people sort of stop believing, I think it's like when you get into secondary school.
Yeah.
I think that's basically when it is, because everyone's
100%.
like, when it comes to your first Christmas in year 7, everyone's like, oh, you do know Santa's not real?
Yeah.
Some people are like, oh, yeah, and then other people are like,
what?
He's not. He is real. But yeah, I think you just get over it. And
you do. You kind of understand that a fat man coming down your chimney everywhere in the world within 12 hours probably isn't realistic.
Logistically, it's just absolute nightmare.
Keeping in mind it takes 12 hours to get around the globe. So.
Yeah. I mean, it probably takes about 12 hours to get from one end of our country to the other, up to the top of Scotland. So, yeah, you know.
The fact there's multiple Santa Clauses.
Yeah, and that's just in one straight, well, not straight, but one, route.
Reason.
I think going into every single house, just not gonna. It's just.
It's not. I'm sorry for any kids watching.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Santa's not real. Right? Get over it.
I'm sorry for anyone who came across this and realised that from what we've just said. In fact, I feel really bad now because we probably. Imagine this is the podcast that trends on YouTube and gets a load of views. And this is our big breakup. We've ruined Christmas for at least one kid.
F's in the chat.
F's in the chat for that child.
I mean, yeah. If we have ruined your Christmas, then
sorry.
Unlucky.
You still get presents.
Tell him, and he will. Apologise.
I'll apologise to you in video form because let's face it, there's probably a kid in Taiwan or something. I'm not going out there. I ain't got the money for that.
I don't think you're. Is it Taiwanese? I guess.
I assume so.
That's going to be a strong area.
No. Google Translate. Anybody? I was going to say I wouldn't be able to afford the flights, but I had good news today.
Big news.
Finally got
news.
For those
flashing lights. Alarms, sounds.
You're trying to make me edit more, and it takes long enough to edit these podcasts as it is. But for those of you that have watched me, those of you that have watched me on Twitch and stuff, you'll know that I
just forget that there's multiple
cameras.
Christ.
People that have watched me on Twitch and stuff will know that I kind of got done over by the whole Thomas Cook fiasco and lost a lot of money, but I got it back today. So I ate dinner tonight. Well, I will eat dinner after this that Jack paid for. But I paid for the week before, so it's fine. I can eat food now. So away from music, film, and all that jazz around Christmas, we're quite big gaming fans. Hence the Christmas jumper. There's a PlayStation Christmas jumper.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
I couldn't think of, because when I was kind of planning out this podcast, I was like, is there any games that are based at Christmas? I don't think there is. I mean, someone out there, if you've got a game around Christmas that is
I was going to say, we might struggle here. I was just going to... The first thing I thought of, obviously, you think Christmas, snow.
Yeah.
Last of Us has quite a lot of snow in it.
I thought you were going to say something else. A game that I know you quite like. Elder Scrolls Skyrim.
Yeah, it has a lot of snow in it.
See, the way I was going to link in gaming into this podcast was you get a lot of time off at Christmas, especially if you work a job that has a nice big Christmas break, or if you go to school or university.
I mean,
or whatever it might be.
I don't know about you, I get a week.
Which
is kind of, I think, last year I had 2 weeks, which was cool.
Yeah.
However, it was too long.
Yeah.
I kind of didn't mind going back to work.
So I've got a week this year. Last year I had less. I had none. So I'm quite happy to have a week this year. And when you've got that big bit of time off, do you have a game that you have as a go-to to chill out? And you don't need to think about it too much because you've already played it before.
Yeah.
And you just chill out and play it over the Christmas period.
I mean, my gaming doesn't really change.
No.
It's not as if I go, okay, it's the summer now, I'm going to play this game, or it's Christmas now, I'm going to play this.
Yeah.
I would say that I would probably play a lot more single player RPGs.
Yeah.
Purely
Seems
because
like
you can have 5 hours in a row. Like, say, Fallout 4, I hardly ever play it. The only time I would is if I had a long period, because you need a long period of time to do anything on it.
Yeah.
Basically. Like Skyrim, Oblivion, all the Elder Scrolls are the same.
You need a long time to grind those games up.
So I think I'd probably pick up more of those games. However, especially this year, because obviously COD's only recently come out.
Yeah.
And I'm absolutely just loving it still.
Yeah.
I will probably just sweat that for
I picked that up today. I finished the story campaign today.
Yeah, decent.
It's very decent. And it's a 10-hour experience, but it's COD. You expect that from COD.
Yeah.
And it is good. But I then went and played multiplayer, and because I've not played it in like 2 weeks, because I've had like 2 weeks off from it, I was awful.
Really?
And I was getting destroyed. So it's one of those games where you've got to play it consistently.
Yeah.
And if you're playing it consistently, you can kind of continue to enjoy it like you are. But I was frustrated by the end of my playing period today.
Yeah, no. Thing is, though, like, COD is that. Like, you will have, potentially, a few good games in a row, or whatever, and you'll like, it's fine. But then, you just know for a fact that at some point, shit will go down the pan, and you will lose your head. But
I just came up against one team who, I think they had 75. It was team deathmatch. Yeah. They had 75 points. My team hadn't hit 25.
Yeah,
like they
got ruined,
absolutely destroyed us. I was the highest performing player on our team with like 7 kills.
Yeah,
we got destroyed, and I was just there like,
brilliant. yeah.
Come on, keep it together. And I think just having that time off from it completely ruined me. And I need to sit and grind it again, which is fine, and I will do it, but it's not something I'll do over Christmas because I want to chill.
Just thinking, like Last of Us 2, I know we touched on it before, but it was supposed to come out in March or February, whenever, I think February. Obviously it's now been pushed back, but like, if it was still coming out in February, I probably would have thought, you know what, I'll replay the first one just to get that experience back.
So I had Black Friday come around, and there's been 3 games that have been on my radar for the last year.
Right.
I didn't buy them when they came out because I was short on money or was distracted by other games or whatever I might have been doing.
Sometimes there's no point buying a game when you're already playing one.
Yeah, true.
Because it's kind of like I've had it. Far Cry, literally every single game, and Tomb Raider, they were both on offer, all the games, and I went, you know what, I'm going to play those at some point. Bought them. Yeah. That was like 18 months ago. Still not played them. Obviously, since
Christmas period's coming up,
so
maybe you'll jump into Tomb Raider.
Yes.
And speaking of Tomb Raider, there was 3 games that I've been looking at. Tomb Raider, the newest one that came out last September, not September just gone, but the September before that in 2018. God of War and Spider-Man. So those are the 3 games that I've been looking at since January on my list of they've been out a while now. I know they're good because people have said they're good. Yeah. They've got like Game of the Year awards. God of War in particular ruined everybody in that year. Yeah. So I know it's good. So I was like, right, so we have CEX in the UK, where it's a computer exchange store where you go where you go in and they'll have games that people have traded in.
Just to clarify, it wasn't on about we as in me and him.
Where you go in, they'll have games that are pre-owned and stuff. And every time I go to town, I'll pop into the store and I'll see if either of those 3 games are under £20. Yeah. If they're under £20, I'm like, I'll pick it up.
Yeah.
And I've been checking throughout the year over the last maybe 9 months. I've been properly doing it, and they've been like £22. I'm like, no, I set myself £20.
Stubborn.
For a game that I'm not buying brand new, and I'm not necessarily going to play straight away.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pick it up, not until I know it is the price that I want it to be at. And then Black Friday came around. I managed to get God of War.
Yeah.
And Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I think it is.
Yeah, I think.
Guess how much I spent?
For both?
Both of them together.
it's either going to be like, well, it's not going to be anywhere near 40 because obviously you're not going to do it for your limit. Is it 25?
£16
for
both of them.
Christ.
So it was a game.
Yeah.
Meaning I then got it delivered and I have the disc. Other stores are available. In fact, games barely available these days because they're shutting down all over the place.
Yeah.
Talking of that, actually, I had an Instagram advert because I'd obviously been on Black Friday looking on Game, Amazon, whatever else, looking at video games and stuff. So obviously the way the internet does, it watches you and then it gives you adverts based on what you've been looking at. So then Game on Instagram had an advert with all their deals that they had out, and then you scroll across and it'll give you your local store. It gave my local store as Cheltenham.
Yeah.
Cheltenham closed a year ago. So their adverts their advert was pushing people to a Cheltenham store that doesn't exist.
I mean,
I was like,
okay, makes absolutely
you've spent
no sense.
how much money to sponsor, have a sponsor on Instagram like that?
Yeah, I don't know how much it would cost to have an advert.
A lot. What a waste of money that was. What an absolute waste of money that was.
But this is just one of many reasons why they are struggling. It's because they haven't adapted as much as other people, but they just spend money on stupid stuff, and it's like, what?
But no, that would have been good. That would have been a good thing to spend money on, that advertising. But don't cock it up. You don't mess up advertising that badly.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah,
just
do it right.
That's something you'd see on The Apprentice. That's something you'd see on The Apprentice. Yeah. That's the sort of mistake you'd see on The Apprentice. Not from a massive corporation that's been like placed to buy games
for what, like 30, 40 years at least.
At least.
I don't know when it would, but like whenever I was younger, when I got my first Xbox, I've had PlayStations for years. Yeah. But my first, what would it be? Second generation. Xbox 360.
Xbox 360 second gen.
So the first second gen console I got when I was around 14. So 11 years ago or so. Mm-hmm. The game was like the first place to go to get games.
Well, that was the same with the PS4. I pre-ordered again. Another thing they fudged up on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for a positive for me and Chaz, as it turns out, I pre-ordered the PS4 to pick up on release day.
Yeah.
I went midnight launch.
Yeah.
Went with my ticket.
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah. PS4. Yeah. There you go, mate. Yeah. There's your Killzone Shadowfall or whatever other game I bought with it. Send you off on your way.
I think I got that with my PS4.
Yeah.
Killzone Shadowfall.
Great game.
Oh yeah.
And no one liked it. And I loved that game.
Yeah, I thought it was right.
Mainly because I was good at it online and I was dominating. But so I've picked up my PS4, gone home, sat at home, I'm playing it. It looks beautiful. The graphics are insane. I'm loving life. Chaz, on the other hand, is like, I'm not sure whether to buy one or not. I don't really know. I haven't got a pre-order. People are saying that everywhere's sold out, so I might just have to wait. My phone then starts ringing.
Yeah.
Oh, don't even recognise that number. Hello. Hi, Matt. I obviously didn't say Matt. I said Mr. I don't want to say my name. Hi, Matt. Sure. Hi, Matt.
Mr. Matt.
Mr. S. You've got a pre-order for a PS4 that you've not collected. Would you like to come and pick it up? I'm like, yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Silly
me. Forgot that was today. Went there. Had to pay for it again. So it's not like I got a free PS4, but I did get the £25 deposit taken off it. So I had two PS4s that I paid for, and Chaz just went, "Can I buy it off you?" I went, "Yeah, of course you can." And he just bought it off me. So he got a day one PS4. I got a day one PS4 off only one pre-order. That means someone pre-ordered from that game store and didn't get their pre-order because they cocked up. Which I'm sorry again if that was you.
I was going to turn around and say that would have been incredible if you got it for free.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that. But that's bad business. They've lost money somewhere along the line there. They've lost the 25 quid from the pre-order, but they've also lost all the money from the other guy's pre-order, or guy or girl, who didn't manage to get the console. And they've upset someone who then probably wouldn't use them again.
Potentially.
How bad is that? That's really shoddy work.
Because really, like, if people are after a day one, they will if they're that desperate, which they are probably desperate to get, they, like you say, they will just go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like, all right, fine, I'll have my money back. I'll go somewhere else.
Yeah.
So,
and then when it comes to a couple of years down the line and God of War's come out, they're not going to buy it from Game.
No.
They're going to go somewhere else and buy it because they don't trust Game anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know, like, where... I was just trying to think where I would go if I was to buy it. I mean, I pretty much buy everything on PC now. Like, I'll just get it either on Steam or CD keys, basically.
Yeah.
I probably won't bother with the next consoles, to be honest.
I will, because keyboard and mouse for me, I've never really tried it in a game other than The Sims or Roller Coaster Tycoon. Obviously, those don't really count.
Shout out.
So, like, I played a game called Ballistic Overkill. It came out when I was at the highest of my YouTube career, and I was gaining subs quite quick. They sent me a code for it.
Oh, right.
And the sidemen got sent it. They were playing it, making videos on it.
Yeah.
So I did, and I was awful.
Really?
I was so bad at it because I'm just so used to playing with the controller.
Yeah.
I tried to do keyboard and mouse, it just didn't work.
Yeah.
So I then was so bad at it that it kind of made me realise that consoles the one for me. And I like the fact that I can take my console. So like my PS4's not up here at the moment because I was halfway through the campaign from streaming, which no one was watching. Shan was the only one watching. So apologies, Shan, if you wanted to see the end of that gameplay, but you're not going to see it. So I took my console downstairs whilst I was waiting for a parcel to stay, and I chilled out on the big TV and played the COD campaign. I like the fact that I can do that. That I can pick my console up, go downstairs and play it, where I can't pick up my PC and drag it downstairs and do a setup down there because that'll take forever.
Yeah, no, I get your point.
Consoles for me all the time.
Really, like, especially with my PC setup, I wouldn't want to move my PC and then take it onto a big screen, because I think the setup itself is more about, you know, the frame rate, the graphics, which you'd get with, you know, the more expensive monitor, graphics card, CPU, all that sort of thing. So I get your point, but then, like, you know, I guess that's where Nintendo Switch has done really well, where you can literally go, okay, sound, see you later,
and take it elsewhere. So like with my Switch, talking about where we buy our games from, I've only bought 2 games on disc, cartridge, for Switch, and that was Pokemon. Because I just wanted it on box. I don't know why. It was Pokemon. It's the game I've been waiting for. I wanted the box for it, and then Crash Bandicoot Racing came with the console, so I got that on cartridge as well. All the others, Octopath Traveler and a number of other games, I've just bought through download because it's Nintendo. They're never on offer. Nintendo's a bit weird like that. They don't put stuff on offer because they don't need to.
I was going to say, especially like anything to do with Mario never needs a sale because everyone loves it.
And I went and bought those, and they were pretty cheap. Like on the store, they have sales on their online store, and they're better than Amazon or they're better than Game or wherever else. So I tend to just download there. PlayStation, I don't download as much because I've been burnt so many times where I've bought a game on PlayStation and then it's been crap. And I've been like, I can't get my 60 quid back for that. I can't trade it in and get 40 quid returned.
I think the main reason I would not, especially like PlayStation Store, Xbox Store, I wouldn't buy is the fact that it costs more. Yeah, you're then paying the premium to then have it straight away. That's basically what it is. Like it doesn't really, apart from maybe your storage and slowing your Xbox or PlayStation down, there's no real benefit to having it as a download. No, like FIFA
this year,
it doesn't matter whether it's on a disc or a download, really, like in the grand scheme of things.
But the thing I love is being able to trade it in if you don't like it. So like I would have traded in FIFA 20. I would not still own that if it wasn't for the fact that I downloaded it. Downloaded it, spent so much money to download it, and then found out it was crap. I'd have traded that in. Even if I got like 30 quid for it, I would have got some money back.
Which you then could have gone out and got Spider-Man with or something.
Yeah.
And then so it. Yeah.
Or even managed to get like Death Stranding or something like that. Yeah. Even a new game that was coming out.
Yeah, it's a fair point.
It would have paid for my Pokemon.
Yeah, yeah.
If I'd been able to trade that back in.
Because that's like what I used to do actually. Back in the day, like ages ago, Love Film. Mm-hmm. Basically, for anyone who's like too young for that.
Blockbuster.
Basically, yeah, used to just like you just rent films, games, and other stuff on it. So it was amazing for gaming because you had the option between 1, 2, and 3 games at a time.
Yeah.
Now, I just went for 1 because I basically just play 1 at a time anyway. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's just unreal because you could like smash that game for like a week, 2 weeks, and then get another one. And it's like you're only paying like £10 a month.
I remember
you're getting like 3 games a month, and it's like, well, this is brilliant.
Yeah, I remember Blockbuster was quite good because you wouldn't have it for as long. Their video games, they said you could only have it for like, I think it was 2 or 3 days.
Right.
But for £2 or £3 or whatever it was, I would rent a game, play it, and be like, I'm into this. Yeah. I'll go and buy the full version. Yeah. It's essentially
like
a longer demo.
Try before you buy.
Try before you buy. For £3, it's 100% worth doing. Because then you get some, you play, be like, this wasn't even worth the £3 that I just put into it. I'm not going to buy the full version now. Whereas because of advertising and stuff, I probably would have bought the full version and would have been completely pissed off when I got it because it wasn't good enough. But
unfortunately, some games do advertise sort of quite well to a certain extent.
No Man's Sky!
Because then you're obviously drawn into buying it, and then you buy it and it's shit, and you're like...
I know No Man's Sky's turned it around now, by the way, but back when I paid a lot of money for it, they definitely did. But I bought it on disc. I got it on disc. So guess what I did?
Sold it
straight away. I sold it for the same price as I bought it for, and I had my money back, and I was like, bullet dodged.
Yeah.
If I downloaded it, probably would have been pretty cheesed off.
I reckon more people would buy. I want to know who buys download and CD because I would probably put a lot of money on the fact that people download rather than
disc.
Just because you have it so much quicker.
Well, that
especially like internet now, it doesn't. Yes, like my COD, right? My PC. When I downloaded it the first time was 128 gig.
Yeah.
And it's just like, right, okay. To be fair, my internet's terrible, but for like majority of people, that's fine.
Yeah. But like here, that would take less than an hour.
Yeah.
Which is the same amount of time it would take for me to go out, get out of the car, go to the shop,
potentially, buy it, and then even then you got to put it in, and it'll have to do a download anyway. Yeah. So, but I think I reckon most people probably download now.
Yeah, so put in the comments down below, just put download or disc. I mean, there's probably only one person still watching at this time in the podcast, but download or disc.
Not in the clips. We do clips.
Clips. But this year, I'll probably be playing... I reckon I'll be playing Tomb Raider or God of War. It'll be one of those two, because I finished Call of Duty now.
I've played all of the Far Cry's.
Yeah.
But I like the nostalgic feeling of going back and playing games again. So
best Far Cry. Does anyone answer?
3.
Yeah, thank you. Cool. No, you can carry on with the
sound.
Sound. If you'd said any other one,
to be fair, 2 is pretty decent.
Yeah, it is. But
the first one's a little bit too retro for me.
It's hard to control. It's not great.
Yeah. Second one's pretty decent. Third one's quality. Fourth one is all right.
Not as
to
good
be
as third.
fair,
because it followed.
It's not as good as the second one. And then I would say 5. What was 5? Oh, was that the new one that's come out?
There's one that's Primal.
Yeah, that was after 4. There's New Dawn or something.
Yeah.
Which is the newest one. No, not New Dawn. No, Far Cry 5 is the newest one.
We need to do
I've not played it yet. I bought it, not played it.
See, a game that I wanted to play, Assassin's Creed Odyssey
and the other
Origins.
Bought them both, not played them.
You've bought both of them?
I've spent so much money on games that I've not played.
Right. So
my Christmas is just gaming, right?
So
out here with anyone else who wants to speak to me.
So next podcast, when we do one, probably will be close to New Year now, maybe.
Yeah, I've got to have played at least one of those games
that you've bought and never played, and I will play it either God of War or Tomb Raider.
I won't play Far Cry because I played it before.
But not the new one.
True.
Yeah, have you bought that?
Far Cry 5.
Whatever one it is.
Yeah.
You've bought it but never played
it.
I
have. Yeah, I think.
Just collect.
I will probably play Assassin's Creed because I pretty much love every single Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. Assassin's Creed is quality.
Right,
so that's what we're doing this Christmas.
Fine, I'll play it. Whatever. If I have to.
The final bit of the podcast, we'll talk about like anything that we might have missed, like Christmas, like traditions. Christmas traditions. Anything we might have missed out. So like we kind of touched on food earlier, but we didn't really go into it. Is there anything in a Christmas dinner that you've got to have?
Okay. Right, no, I was going to ask you a question, but that's
follow
fine.
up in a minute.
Yeah. So essentials on a Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
Probably controversial. Well, no, I'll start with the mainstream probably items. Pigs in blanket.
Yeah.
Unreal.
That has to be done.
Basically stuffing.
Yes.
Fan of stuffing.
Yeah, definitely. That's two of the ones I was going to say.
Turkey or gammon. Or
turkey.
To be fair, or beef. Don't mind beef.
It's the only year that you need turkey.
Yeah, probably.
Only time of year that I'd have turkey. Gammon's my favourite meat, but it has to be turkey on Christmas.
Yeah, fair. Fan of parsnips, to be fair.
Okay.
Never was before.
I don't particularly like them.
No, turnips.
Turnips or parsnips?
Turnips,
which one?
I think.
Turnips.
Parsnips are the one that I don't like, I think. I don't know. Someone explain the difference. There probably isn't one.
I mean, that's a whole podcast in itself, the difference between turnips and parsnips.
Right, yeah. So quite controversially, I am a big fan. Well, not a big fan. Like, out of 10, if 0 was nah and 10 was wind turbine, I would say about a 7.
Right, okay.
Big fan, by the way. For anyone that didn't get that. 7.
Oh, no, just got it. Oh, for God's sake.
Here all week. Well, till about 10. But okay.
Boom.
Brussels sprouts.
You like them?
Yeah.
See,
I never did when I was younger. Now,
my granddad loved them.
7 out of 10. Give it 7 out of 10.
My granddad loved them.
Yeah.
He used to have them every year. He's not with us anymore.
Yeah.
So we don't tend to have them as much, but like
so literally only cooked because he was
basically cooked because he'd eat them all.
Strong. I respect that.
You gotta respect him. But I don't think. No, I'm not a fan. On my plate, Christmas blankets, pigs in blankets.
Save your Christmas pudding until later.
I don't even like Christmas.
No, it's pretty wank, to be fair.
Pigs in blankets, stuffing. I do like a Yorkshire.
Yeah,
Yorkshire pudding with a Christmas dinner.
See, no, I don't know how I've missed that. I'd probably, because that's more like, I just have it with roast all the time. So I don't think specifically with a Christmas
dinner. I mean, the roast
dinner.
potatoes are going to be there. They're going to be glorious.
Yeah.
But a lot of Christmas dinner, pigs in blankets and then stuffing.
Yes.
It's just got to be there. Pigs in blankets is the one. Do you know?
When I was shopping earlier for our food tonight, I walked into the aisle and it is just absolutely decorated with like Christmas themed packaging and everything. Right, you know, all that. Literally on the end of the aisle, it just had sausage rolls and pigs in blanket, like the whole. And I was just like,
tempted.
Is it? I mean, I know it's only halfway through the month, but are we close enough?
I reckon we are. But yeah, I think as far as Christmas meal goes, we kind of hit the nail on the head pretty early.
Sausages and bacon together in one. What else could you?
You can't beat that, really. I'm trying to think like other Christmas traditions now. So,
well, I mean, like what? So, question I was going to ask you earlier.
Yeah, go on.
When do you put your tree up?
Now, this year's been a bit different. Just because I've worked a lot, so I haven't put mine up yet.
Okay, so
and this year we're getting a real one.
Strong. Okay, that's another question.
A real one, you've got to get it a little bit later, so it lasts a little bit longer.
So there's not loads of needles just on the floor.
Or on your presents when you're trying to open them. So I think we're going to be doing that this Sunday.
Right.
So that'll be the 15th, is it? Something like that?
15th, 16th.
12th today, so
13, 14, 15, 15th.
Yeah, 15th. So that's about respectable, I think. I mean, I know a lot of people that have already got them up.
So my girlfriend's family have their tree up already, but it's a fake one. So,
Doesn't
we've
really
always had... so my family always had a fake Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Until about 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, Mum decided that she wanted real ones now.
Yeah.
So it's like, alright, fine. So I believe we picked ours up a couple of days ago.
Okay.
It's not up yet. I imagine it's just in the garage, just waiting, for it to be put up or something.
Waiting for Amy.
Basically what it's exactly. So she doesn't really come home until I think the earliest has been the 21st, especially the last 9 years since she's lived away.
Yeah.
But the sort of 20th, 21st is the earliest.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's okay, it's probably a bit later now because I think obviously companies just tend to work a bit later.
Yeah.
And sort of potentially go back a bit later. But anyway, so I think she's back sort of around 23rd. So that's probably when we'll have a mad rush, put all this decorations.
Yeah, I think it's definitely worth putting it up before then. I'd say before then it has to, because otherwise it's kind of not really worth it. You might as well not have it up.
Because obviously there's the whole conspiracy about 6th of December, is it? Sorry, January.
6th of January. You have to have it down by then.
Have it down. So you sort of think, well, okay, if I've got to have it down by then, if you work back 12 days, for example, or the 12 days of Christmas, whatever, you sort of think, well, okay, that is the 24th.
Yeah.
Or, 25th, sorry, because there's 31 days in there.
Yeah.
So it's kind of right, okay, so am I really just going to have a tree for 12 days?
No.
May as well. So, you
know. You put up I would say...
Anything past... When it gets to a...
before is earliest.
I was going to say, whenever it's a double-digit date, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I think
that's
10th onwards is probably fine.
Yeah. I think that's fine.
I feel like that's probably a quite common. Yeah, but
I'd say that's fine. Yeah,
unless you're in China.
What does that mean?
Well, they have a later Chinese New Year, so surely Christmas is Christmas Is it the same day?
I don't
know actually.
25th of December is Christmas Day and everywhere, surely.
I don't know. Yeah, no, yeah.
Isn't Chinese New Year quite late in the
yeah, no, it's I don't know, a month or two after after our
They're not going to do Christmas and
No, but I just assume they all go together. But yeah, no, you're right.
Chinese New Year and the actual New Year are two completely different things.
Yeah, no, I know, but why would you celebrate the New Year when you're already a month in or 2 months in? Just doesn't make any sense.
Don't know. Different continent.
But yeah, okay, so right,
Christmas
and New Year are connected.
other festive traditions. So I have two. I have from a kid up till now. Do you know Festive Friends? No? So it's a box of chocolate biscuits.
Right.
I have to have them every Christmas morning.
Right.
If I don't, Christmas Day's ruined.
All of them.
Most of the time, yeah. But they're made by Cadbury's.
Yeah.
Biscuit with chocolate on the back. It's basically little digestives in the shape. But I've had them since I can remember.
Yeah. Fair.
So every year I have those. And the other thing we do every year is Goes Yours on Boxing Day.
Mm.
And when we didn't do that, that was the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah, very weird.
It was very strange.
Yeah, because my standard Christmas is Christmas Eve, stay in, play a board game or two, whatever, have a couple drinks with the whole family, wake up Christmas Day, we always used to go, when we were kids, you always used to go on the end of Mum and Dad's bed, open presents and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a bit weird now, because we're really old. We still do it, but
do you?
It's only cool, stockings, which has got, obviously, it's basically just got chocolate and
toiletries and
but
that's still cool.
Yeah, so I mean, to be doing that 30 odd years is quite cool. Obviously not me because I'm not 30, but so we do that, then we'll go downstairs, eat, then go walk the dog basically, come come back, obviously then everyone will sort of have a wash and chill out and everything, and then we'll then sit down and do like presents we got each other and stuff. And then from then it's pretty much chilling out until Boxing Day, which, you know, like you say, everyone comes over to ours.
It's insane on Boxing Day.
But
your mum always puts on a spread and a half.
Oh yeah. It's probably a proper job,
Yeah, it is.
I think that's probably why she didn't do it last couple of years, because it's kind of like, well, you have to spend literally like a week before prepping for it, and then you got to spend the whole day.
Heard rumours that it might be happening.
Not even I've heard this.
So well, get on the blower to your mum and tell her, because Matt's not working Christmas this year, he expects Boxing Day to be great.
Fair.
But yeah.
So how have you heard that?
I don't know who mentioned it. I feel like my mum mentioned it.
Right. Fair.
You need to talk to your mum. You need to find out the truth.
Unless
these rumours in the papers might not be true.
Unless I'm not invited.
I mean,
it's entirely possible.
It's entirely possible. But yeah, I think we've covered a lot of Christmas.
So on the back of Christmas,
obviously
New Year.
Yeah.
Do you do anything for it? Like any particular plans?
So last year I had the girlfriend's brother and girlfriend round. Chaz was living here, so he was here as well.
Yeah.
And we just played Cards Against Humanity.
Strong. And
had drinks and stuff. This year I'll be working. New Year doesn't bother me. I think it's the most overrated holiday.
Yeah, I wouldn't go out for it just because, one, everywhere's too busy.
Mm-hmm.
Two, costs like 200 quid to get a taxi home.
Yeah.
And three, it's just like, well, actually what I've enjoyed a couple of times is on New Year's Day going to Cheltenham races.
Yeah.
So it's actually quite nice to then drink on the Christmas Day instead of... I probably won't do that this year because I actually got work on the 2nd.
Yeah.
So I probably won't bother with...
See, I'll be working, so I won't be drinking at all. I probably won't even stay up New Year, but the only time I have in recent years is last year anyway. Yeah. So it doesn't really bother me greatly.
Yeah,
I like doing it if you've got someone to do it with.
I think
even
if
you just chill out.
I think it's better, like, especially growing up. When first turn like 18, you're like, oh yeah, I'll go out, it's quality. Yeah.
But then
I think now it's actually like, well, I'd prefer having a load of mates at someone's house, doing a few drinking games, taking the piss out of each other. It's actually a lot more enjoyable.
Yeah.
So I think I don't know what I at the moment I don't think I've got plans.
No,
that's probably what I'll end up doing though.
Yeah.
Just because, like you say, it's just
nice that
overrated.
It's really massively overrated.
But
right, I think we've gone on for ages.
I mean, that's kind of the point.
This podcast has gone on for a long time. We've covered Christmas from every angle we possibly could.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Don't know when this will be.
This should go out on
Sunday.
the 15th. Hopefully, if I can get it all edited. Fingers crossed, the race is on. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you hit the like button on this video. Comment down below with anything we might discuss. Make sure you check out the clips. What I want is, even if you guys have watched the whole podcast, go onto the clips, and what the clip is about, you'll already know. Start a conversation. That's what I kind of want those clips to be about. Yes, it's a good way for new people to find the channel because they're more likely to click on like a short video, but for people that do watch everything already, I'd quite like us to have like little mini discussions on there and get involved.
Yeah, so I mean, like, obviously, so in the view of the full circle, obviously we started off with you saying that, you know, been checking numbers and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm in the mindset that, you know, I've never done this before. Is sort of like, okay, I'll just sort of have a look every now and then. Obviously, watch the videos. Ultimately, you do most of the editing. So for me, it's more of a like, okay, I'm watching this as a viewer in a sense. I'm going to see what I think and what could, you know, what we can change, whether that's both of us or, you know,
perspective.
So, but yeah, like, especially the, you know, like you say on the clips, like comments and stuff, and just being, you know, being able to go on and just talk to each other, or like even on like Twitter or anything, any messages or Instagram, whatever, like, I think
about it.
Especially like this time of year, because there's not everyone has someone. In a sense, there are a lot, like, listening on the radio earlier, like, it is shocking how many people don't have, like, to be honest, I kind of take it for granted, like, the people that I have, like, around Christmas. So genuinely, like, if they, I mean, I don't know what viewers are sort of like. But you know, if there's anyone out there that feels like they're alone, then you know we're both here. We're more than approachable people, so you know
we will literally chat about anything, as we have shown.
Yeah, exactly. So have a good one, and we'll see you soon. That's my message.
Wonderful.
It's better than the last
Christmas
one.
Message. I didn't rate the
Farewell,
last one.
my friends.
But thanks for watching, guys. Like the video if you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one.
Peace.
That's better than farewell, my friends.
I don't know. It's quite strong.
We wish you a Merry